getting this on video.
I'll tell you in a minute.
That is a pretty red tail you got. Harris Hawk.
You must have a mute.
Yes. Have large motherings.
Watch out, buddy. Watch out, you're getting that gun.
Let me go down here.
Go ahead, bro.
Right here. Back up a little bit. Down. Back up.
Real quick before we fly the bird, I'll give you a taste of what you do when you get a bird. By law in West Virginia, once you were licensed, you had to catch your first bird from the wild. I just had someone ask me, how do you catch a bird? To trap a bird of prey, it's really not that difficult. The key to a bird of prey is their stomach, kind of like teenagers. Food is the key, all right? They learn very quickly that you're a food source. So once you get them to eat on the glove, then they will jump to the glove, then they will fly to the glove. And you operate by a weight. You find what weight they fly best at. And I like that about birds of prey. That bird in there is 25 years old. She flies between 50 and 52 ounces. That is her hunting weight. You say, what if you took her out and she weighed 57 today and you let her go? What do you think is going to happen? You see, even after 25 years, she'll leave you? Yes. You mean she won't come back because she loves you? No, you're missing it. She doesn't love me. She tolerates me. She uses me to kill stuff. That's how she operates. Now, is there a bond between us? Yes. But again, she has to operate in that. And you have to understand that I've seen a lot of guys lose their bird because the bird was not the weight it was supposed to be. That is the key. You weigh them on a scale. I've got a gram scale and an ounce scale. The smaller birds are weighed by grams, the larger birds by ounces. No, I've got actually a digital scale, or you can use a triple beam balance scale. They'll sit there, you train them, put a tidbit of, they'll get to where they know what's going. It's routine. This bird flies between 600 and 610 grams when hunting. When I'm flying just like this, I'll fly him up to about 630 because he knows it's more of a game than it is actual hunting. But again, they need to be in that weight scale. To catch a bird of prey from the wild, it takes too long to explain. If you want to stick around after the program's over, I can explain that to you on how you catch birds of prey. But once you catch a bird of prey, then the training begins, and I can usually train a bird of prey in approximately 28 to 30 days. So roughly 4 weeks, a month is what I'm aiming for. So that's day 1, I caught the bird. Day 28, day 29, I'm letting that bird go for the first time to hunt with it. That's my goal. I've went as long as 6 or 8 weeks. I've trained a bird in 5 days. I had a bird one time. The next day I was flying it outside. I mean, it picked it up quick. So they learn very, very quickly. Once you train the bird and it figures out that you're there to take game, then that's what you're after. So what we would do is, in the wild, if this was a real hunting setting, I'd put my hunting vest on, I'd go park where I'm going to hunt. I have a hunting license just like you do with a gun. The only difference is this is the gun. That's the difference. I would tell it the bird go. I don't hold it on the glove. I let it completely free. It can go wherever it wants. Usually it will follow me like you'd follow your dog. I'm the dog, okay? When I kick game up, I give a game call that I flush something. Maybe it's facing this way. I want her to key on me. So if I give the game call, that bird looks at me, and it will chase the game. They miss, just like you miss with a gun. I've had a day where you jump 5 head a game and it missed all 5. I've had other days where I jumped 5 and it caught all 5, just like you. When you miss 3 deer in a row and you go home and say, something's wrong with this gun. No, something's wrong with your aim, right? But I'll give you a taste of what it's like. We have a fake rabbit in here with a machine, and I'll give you a taste of what it's like for a hawk to chase it, okay? Ready? Ho! I held him a little too long. That was my fault. But it gives you a taste of what it's like, and he'll do exactly what he's doing right now.
Looks so serious.
And then he'll start diving in to eat, okay? You see, don't the hawks kill him first? Not that often, okay? They're interested in eating. What I'm going to do is go in and trade the bird off of the kill. I'm not going to rob it. I'm going to trade it. I want to be very careful when I go in. So, again, he's protecting his prey. I'll grab a hold of it. I have a trade item. Notice how quickly he trades. You say, well, why would he give up a rabbit for something that small? A couple things. Number one is training and routine. We do it the same way every time. I've learned with birds of prey, just like with a dog, just like with a horse, just like with a kid, okay? Habit. Many times a bird of prey will do something because that's the way we do it, out of habit. When I'm first training the bird, I train them on a lure. And this lure is like a fake rabbit or a fake squirrel. And at the end of the training session, when they're flying to my glove for tidbits of food, I would take this lure with a chunk of meat and I would throw it out. They'll come in and grab it. And they get used to me going in there and turning it over and giving them more food on it. So they don't take offense to me reaching in. Then I'll grab a hold of that lure and I'll toss another tidbit of meat out. They'll transfer that for more meat. I'll put the lure away. I do that so many times that when they grab a squirrel or rabbit and I go and I grab a hold of it, when I throw food out, they actually transfer by habit. They're not even realizing I'm giving up a bigger meal, but that's the way we do it. Now, I want to make a word of caution here. I never go in and rob the bird. What if all of a sudden after this bird's 11 years old, I went in and caught something, and I reached in, I ripped the kill away, threw it back up there, and I gave it nothing? You think it's going to get aggressive? You better know it. I tell the story every time. I had a lady call me a couple years back, and she said, I have a red-tailed hawk. It's in its second season, and it grabbed me in the face. She goes, I know you handle large red tails. Can you any ideas? And I said, has it ever grabbed you before? She said, never. I said, were you hunting alone or with friends? With friends. I said, have you ever hunted with them before? She said, no. I said, let me guess, you were taking them out to show them falconry. She said, yes. I said, I'm going to throw a scenario at you. You tell me if I'm right or wrong. I said, your bird caught something. You were afraid it would eat too much if you traded it something. You wanted to keep hunting so you could impress your friends. So instead of rewarding it, you ripped the kill away and you didn't reward it. She got real quiet. She said, that's exactly what happened. I said, you created a monster. You broke your own rules. You were supposed to trade it. You reached in and ripped it away. And the next time you reached in, she reached back. So you create a problem if you're not consistent. If you are consistent in training, to be honest with you, that big red tail in there, she's went in and caught a fox squirrel, a big fox squirrel, and maybe she grabbed it wrong by the rear end. And when I get there, she's holding it by the rump, and it's underneath of her, and it's up biting her leg. I've actually had her, as I got closer, I've actually had her roll over to me and face it toward me. You know what she's saying? Help. She actually looks at me as a partner. She knows. I've had her catch a squirrel on the side of a tree and look for where I'm at and see me coming and wait till I'm almost to her. Then she will jump off the tree and parachute straight down where I'm at. You know what she's doing? She says, I don't have a good hold on this. Help me. As soon as I get in there and grab hold of that squirrel, she'll come up on top of it. Then she'll turn her back to me. You know what she's saying? Okay, I got it now. Thanks. That's exactly what's happening. Same way with working with dogs. Many of my friends use dogs with their birds. The dog will flush the game. The hawk will catch the game. The dog will come in and grab a hold of the game. Sometimes the hawk will let them. Sometimes the hawk says, no, I got it. And they will work as a team. It is a neat thing to see. Have you ever watched dogs work? But with a bird of prey, it's another aspect. It's tremendous. I have a friend that's in his late 70s now. He had a bird, a male Harris, just like this, and he worked with 2 Jack Russells. The bird would spot the rabbit because their eyesight's phenomenal, but it was in multiflora rows and it couldn't penetrate it. It would croak to the dogs. The dogs would look at where the bird is, and the bird would point to where the rabbit is. Have any questions? I'll try to answer them for you. I know some of you want to keep walking because you're bored because I talk too long. But I hope you learned some things today. If you have questions, I'm here till 5 o'clock. I'd love to answer them for you. Thank you so much.
Woo! Yeah.
Any questions, I'll try to answer them for you.
What's your name?
Sorry?
What's your name?
Jason Caldwell.
Are you just a private falconer, or do you work for?
No, I'm actually a falconer, but I'm also a raptor educator and a raptor breeder and a federal bander, so I'm kind of into raptors
Very good,
completely.
very good.
So
Years ago, I worked with Peregrine Falcons. Did you know Dave McCauley? Or no, never mind. That's going back.
Wow.
That was Woodcock. Falcons was Ed Fryman. He had a mew out in Colorado.
Yes.
He died.
Yes, he did. He was
my boss.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just volunteering.
He was famous.
Well, I wasn't volunteering, but I was.
He was famous for what he
Okay.
did. Oh, he's well known in the falconry community.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I've got articles by him in Hawk Truck magazines.
You know, his house blew up after
No.
he died. He was tapping gas off their well on their property, and somehow or other it filled the house. And it.
Is that right?
Yeah. This is after he died. His widow that was living there.
Right.
The,
Wow, that's unbelievable.
He was cool because even though he had emphysema, he would huff and puff to get up to the top where we had the boxes to. Hack
I saw, I was getting my site ready for banding this year on Wednesday. And it was foggy, nasty drizzle. I thought, well, I got lines to set, so I wasn't even going to trap. I was just set up to do it. And so I got done. I thought, well, I'm going to see how the pigeons work. So I hooked everything up, and I thought, well, I'll just pull for 40 minutes or so, just make sure everything works right. So I'm pulling, all of a sudden both pigeons perk up, and I look, and coming through the cut, as soon as I saw
Hey.
Peregrine, I mean, it's coming straight in hard. It came in, stooped my pigeon 20 times
Off the ground?
in the air.
Oh.
20 times, and then it hit the pigeon 3 times. Feathers go everywhere, but because it's in a harness and it can't take it, it wanted to take it with it. And so it never did bind, so I couldn't band it. It kept going. It finally had enough and went south. But to see it, whew, was awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
Man,
So-
them birds always look like they have a serious look on their face.
Well, that's because they have a suborbital ridge over their eye. So if I
Yeah.
talk to you all the time like this, like, hey,
That's a good
How you doing?
observation.
that's how they look.
I know.
Birds migrate.
They always
Most
look
raptors
serious,
migrate.
though.
That's cool.
They say great horns are not. Some of the great horns are not. They'll move.
Hey.
Some are moving in small increments. Some move a long ways.
Now the barn owl, do they eat like cats and stuff like that? Or
Barn
just
owls? No,
Neither one of them?
no.
Just the great horn.
If a barred owl went after a kitten, that'd be rare. A great horn will eat anything. Absolutely. If it's furry or feathered, it's on it now.
My
Yes.
Yorkie Schnauzer's are about 15, 16 pounds. Is that maybe a little bit too big
Yeah,
for them?
I
maybe?
would. But again, listen, it wouldn't carry it. That doesn't mean it couldn't kill it.
Right.
So a lot of people say, well, it couldn't carry it away. Well, does it matter if it's killed over there or killed here?
Exactly.
It could kill it where it's at. And they can. So, again, I would just be cautious.
Wow.
Again, I can't never say never. 'Cause
Never say never, right.
I had a,
There's
honestly,
two of them, so
I had
maybe
a-
it might be a deterrent.
I had a DNR officer tell me that that a great horned owl could not carry a cat. It was physically impossible,
Hey.
weight-wise. And wasn't a couple weeks later. I was traveling home, and I wasn't 2 miles from my house, and we turned the corner and saw one carry a house cat across the road about 10 feet off the ground. And Dad looked at me and said, that blew that theory.
So a lot of times they don't carry
No.
very far. They just carry it up, drop
Correct.
it,
Correct.
and then they paralyze it.
Yeah.
He
Now,
looks-
now at
they look-
nighttime, whenever these things are hunting, are their eyesight like night vision almost?
The owls?
Yeah.
Yeah. They can see just like in the night, just like they can in the day.
It's like night
Well,
vision.
one thing though is that them hawks, they look like they have like an eagle kind of a face to them too.
Well, it's the same. Really, it's the same thing. A hawk is built like an eagle, but it's smaller. That's it. The build
Yeah.
is almost identical. I mean, an eagle is a big hawk. That's what it is. Really.
What's that white puff
Well,
thing on there?
he's got food in his crop. His crop's starting to, because I've been feeding him.
Ah.
So it's pushing it, like, he's pushing his belt buckle out.
That's cool.
Ah, so he's getting fat.
Pretty much.
Pretty cool. Thanks for the info on the
You're
street
welcome.
cow that I showed you there. That
You're
was
welcome.
Interesting, and I like to have them around.
Yeah.
They're nice
Pretty
to really
neat.
Oh, what's his name?
Magic.
Magic. Red tail, huh? Pretty neat. That's pretty outrageous how big he is.
She's very big. She's very big right now.
I've been getting this thing on video, that's why you've been seeing me. I put it on my Facebook page, people like it. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, he always told me what, he already told me why they always have a serious look on their face, you know? Ooh. Them things are really aggressive.
That one's beautiful. He's amazing.
He looks like Batman. That's what you should have named him, Batman. What's his name?
Great horn?
Yeah.
Artemis.
Artemis? Like something out of Harry Potter, almost. Then barred owl. Alright. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I liked it. I like this. It's pretty neat. I had a question for you real quick. Can you tell me the names of these birds real quick? Like, what's his name?
Bandit,
Bandit,
Twilight,
Twilight,
Anastasia,
Anastasia, that's Artemis.
Artemis,
What about that
Little Man,
little man?
and the one Jason has on
Magic.
back is Magic. The red tail is Majesty, and the
Majesty.
little one on the end is Gabriel.
I like Majesty. That because he's like he's majestic, you know, majestic. All right. Well, thanks. Thanks for telling me. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's pretty cool. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll bring you more videos. And I'll be home tonight.